The Mayor of Ottawa, Jim Watson, sent a letter to the Prime Minister and the Premier of Ontario. Big ask, 1,000 regular officers, 600 public order officers, 100 investigative officers, 100 civilian staff and supporting staff. They want a surge to deal with the protest in Ottawa. What will the federal government's response be?
Well, we'll do what we've been doing since the beginning, which is be there for the City of Ottawa. As you heard, we've already assigned 275 Mounties who are now deputized and enforcing local law enforcement to support the Ottawa Police Service. We've seen some progress over the last 12 hours. I also communicated, Evan, to the Mayor last week that there's a fund from which the city can draw on to help offset some of the additional expenses which have been incurred. And later on today, we'll be meeting with the city and other partners to bring together everyone so that we can continue to support the Ottawa Police Service. People in Ottawa got to get their lives back. We want to help them do that. The convoy should go home. We should see a peaceful and quick resolution of this.
But let me be specific. Look, the mayor says we need your help. We need to secure 1,800 officers to quell the insurrection that the Ottawa Police Service is not able to contain. So I'm going to just ask you again, is the federal government willing to put more officers in and help meet this request for 1,800 officers? They don't need it they need it now.
Well, first, let's just go back and establish some ground rules as to how operational decisions work. As you know, Evan, we don't, in the elected government, make operational decisions. Police do. That's rule one. Rule two is that if the Ottawa Police Service needs additional capacity, the first stop is the OPP, and I know that my counterpart, Minister Jones, has worked very closely, as has the OPP, as has many police services. Right. And rule three is that in addition to that support, the RCMP have also been adding officers. In the end, that request will be taken on the advice of the RCMP because these are operational decisions which are taken.
I understand that, but the mayor's saying we need a dramatic and immediate injection of immediate officers. They want 1,800. Again, this has been going on for days. You know how frustrated citizens are here. You've seen it. Saying, that's jurisdiction. They need it now. So when will the decision be made on the 1,800 officers that they need? Tonight?
Evan, I completely get the frustration. I live downtown as well. I know that people are at their rope's end, and for good reason. All I can tell you is that we will continue to do federally, on the elected side of the government, everything that we can to provide police the resources that they need as quickly as possible. No one here should be under any doubt that we appreciate the urgency of the situation. Right. And I know that the RCMP will work closely with Chief Slowly to respond to the request that's been submitted by the mayor.
Okay, so I'm trying to translate politicalese for the average viewer here. The mayor writes to the premier and the federal government and says we need 1,800 officers. You're the federal minister of public safety. You say the RCMP is there. So does that mean the RCMP is going to have an injection of hundreds and hundreds, up to 1,800 more officers?
Well, there already are 275 for starters. I would
no, but they want more. They admit that.
I
they want the more.
Well, so let me explain it in as simple and as clear language for you and your viewers, and most importantly, for the people who live in Ottawa. That request, which was submitted by the mayor to the Prime Minister, to the Premier of Ontario, to me in my capacity as the Minister for Public Safety, as well as my counterpart, the Ontario Solicitor General, Sylvia Jones, will respond to that very quickly, very urgently, but on the strength of the advice that we get from all police services who are working together to give OPS whatever they need. Okay. We have seen some progress. Like I think you and I have both seen over the last half day, a little bit more, that people are being charged, that there is more enforcement, that structures are being taken away. And that is good. And it's been done safely and respectfully. And we do want to see more progress. More is needed more quickly. And we'll do what we can.
But does the RCMP have the capacity right now, if they want to do this tonight, to give hundreds more officers? Are they ready?
Well, Evan, as you know, we literally just got the letter. I want to make sure that the RCMP have an opportunity to respond to it. You're quite right. There are many competing demands. But if anybody wants any indication, all they need to do is take a look at our posture since the convoy started, which is to be there. And the RCMP have done a very good job at responding quickly. 275 additional Mounties, that's a significant contribution, and we'll get back to the mayor as quickly as we can. Also, as I said, We're convening a table later on this afternoon, so there will be ongoing good lines of communication. We all get the urgency of it.